something.
How kind. I really thought I'd never see it again. I really am getting careless.
It's been cleared by customs. I was afraid I might not catch up with you.
Well, fortunately, nothing important. Just my toilet things and a couple of books. Most kind. I'm very grateful.
Near East Airlines. Hope you will fly with them again.
I most certainly will.
Mark! Don't be so rude. Apologize at once. I'm so sorry.
That's quite all right. An FN. The Armalite 223 is much better.
You know about guns?
This and that. A barrel. Flash eliminator. Magazine. Automatic or single shot selector. Hello. That, of course, is the trigger. Never pull that. Just squeeze. Right? Of course, this is only a toy gun, so you can't really do any harm with it. But just remember this, young man. The day ever comes when you have a real gun in your hand. It's never pointed at anyone unless you intend to use it. Because, you see, that's what guns are for. To kill with.
Sarah, for God's sake, now stop moving around. Come back here and stop annoying the gentleman. That's it. Green one there. Thank you very much.
Can you manage those?
Oh, yes, I'll be fine. Bye-bye. Thank you again.
Goodbye.
Oh, look what you've done, Sarah.
She's been in some chocolate.
And she sprayed it all over her face. Now, where did I put those tissues? Oh, my God. The airline coach connected with
Mine, I think.
On a flight from Beirut. How the hell did he get his bag through the security checks? A revolver and a second gun that looks something like this.
Bright kid. Observant, too. And if he's only half right.
Darling, look, you're shaking the table. Go and read some comics.
Yeah, a submachine gun.
Strictly for professionals only.
No, none of these men looks anything like him.
For certain? I'll be sure.
I am sure.
Just once more. One more quick look through. You never know.
Mummy, I'm hungry.
Yes, I know you are, darling. You're hungry and you're tired. So is Mark, and so am I. You just have to blame your mother. I'm beginning to think what people say is right. One should mind one's own business.
Maybe he's not a known hitman. Well, not known to us, anyway.
A new face. One without a file.
Yeah, that's going to make life difficult.
Bloody difficult.
No. Satisfied?
Nothing. No one who even remotely resembles it.
I told you, his picture's not there.
Well, thanks anyway, Mrs. Lane. We appreciate your cooperation. And that was the right thing to do, to go to the police.
Well, frankly, Mr.
Craven.
Frankly, Mr. Craven, I'm beginning to wonder if I'd known there'd be all this rigmarole.
We'll try not to keep you any longer than is absolutely necessary. And I'll see there's a car to take you straight home.
I would hope so.
And there was nothing in the bag except the two guns?
No. And that, of course.
Oh, yeah. 6-month-old copy of Country Life. Are you sure?
Well, Mark told you. It was in the pocket of the bag, and he took it out to have a look at it. When I saw it there myself, when the air hostess gave the bag to the man.
The air hostess gave the bag to the man?
Yes. It was whilst we were waiting to get on board the bus. Apparently he'd left it behind on the plane. God knows how he could have forgotten it when you think what was in it.
Yes, it was a little out of character. Well, that answers your question about security. The bag never was on the plane.
And was this air hostess on the flight from Beirut?
Perhaps. She could have been. I don't remember. If my husband had been with us, he could have told you.
But she was with Near East Airlines.
Yes.
Can you describe her?
She was young, somewhere in her 20s. Foreign, of course. Greek, perhaps, or maybe Lebanese. I couldn't really say. I mean, these Mediterranean.
They all look the same to you, don't they?
I didn't take that much notice of her.
And this man, you're certain he was English?
Yes, of that I'm positive.
Why?
Why?
Yes, why?
Well, in the first place, he didn't have any kind of an accent. And then there's the way he behaved. At first, at least, he was a gentleman. My father was a regular soldier, an officer, of course, and being in the services leaves a stamp on them. Something about a soldier which is unmistakable, at least I think so.
Yes. Yes, you may well be right.
May we go now, please?
I'm afraid not. Just a little while longer. I'm having some more pictures brought over for you to look at.
Oh, really? This is too much.
Please, Mrs. Lane. Somebody's life may be at stake.
Thank you. Keep the change. Mother?
Victor? Victor! Oh, Victor, my darling. What a lovely surprise. But you should have let me know. Your bed isn't aired and there's no fatted calf and... I knew it was going to be a special day when I woke up this morning. And it is. My soldier boy's come home again.
Stop doing that. Come over. You're supposed to be looking at these two.
The day they gave you your commission, I was very proud of you. But then I've always been proud of you.
A biased view, I think.
Not at all. Entirely objective. I've never allowed my love for you to influence my objectivity. Do you remember when you sent this picture from Palestine in 1946? I was so excited I went straight over to Edith Fellows to show it to her. I was quite surprised, even a little hurt. She said she thought it was gruesome. This was a very special day. The day you got your military cross.
We used to draw lots for them, you know, every campaign.
Nonsense. You earned it. It said so in the citation. For conspicuous gallantry. How cool and serene Her Majesty was that day, I recall. The whole country was grateful to you then. But afterwards, when they should never have done it to you. You were still the same man, acting from the same high ideals and motives. It was cruel and unjust.
An excess of zeal. Some people say it's always been one of my faults.
Only silly, stupid people. I've never heard anything so ridiculous. Why, it's just another term for true patriotism.
That's him. That's the one. It is, isn't it?
You're sure?
That's the man who showed me how to use my gun.
Victor Nigel Hallett.
My name is Cummings. A.J.R. Cummings. I think you have a letter for me.
Would that be the one?
If it's addressed to me, it must be.
All set, sir.
Oh, Detective Sergeant McGuire, this is Captain Dwyer, Military Intelligence.
How do you do?
Hello.
Commander Fletcher rang, sir. He said he'd be in shortly.
Correction, Sergeant. I'm here now. Evening, gentlemen. Good to see you again, Dwyer.
Captain Dwyer's brought along everything he has on our man, sir.
Our man. So you've got positive identification.
Well, from the woman who first reported the incident.
Distraught mums aren't the best guide to international villains.
I think this one's onto something.
Yeah, she gave us a hard time, but she was believable, all right?
Well, let's hope so. If her nominee turns out to be an innocent toy salesman from Hong Kong, it's me who's got to explain it to the Home Secretary. Well, let's get on with it.
Victor Nigel Hallett.
Victor Hallett. Yes, well, you did say this could be a tricky one, Craven. Carry on, Captain.
He was born 29th October 1926. Father George Arthur Hallett, Lloyd's underwriter. Hallett Sr. died in 1944 in one of the early V2 attacks on London. Victor Hallett joined the army in November 1944 as a regular. He was commissioned into the Parachute Regiment. He saw action in Palestine in 1946-47, where he showed a considerable flair for counterinsurgency operations. From Palestine, he was seconded for a time into the Intelligence Corps in Germany. But Hallett wasn't happy with the I Corps. When the Anti-Terrorist Special Duty Unit was formed, he was one of the first to apply to join it. The men of the SDU had their own unofficial motto.
Victory by stealth, triumph through fear.
I wasn't aware that you'd worked with SDU, Craven.
I didn't, sir. But I know what that mob's capable of. I've seen some of their handiwork. Believe me, they really live up to their motto.
Hallett certainly did. Malaya, Borneo, Kenya, Cyprus. In 1958, he was awarded the Military Cross for knocking out a secret Ioka training center almost single-handed. When the Aden emergency blew up, Hallett was too old for field work and he went in for interrogation. And that's where he came unstuck. Two of the men he had brought in died rather messily while under questioning. Unfortunately for Hallett, they happened to be a couple of left-wing politicians. One with some pretty good connections in Westminster and Fleet Street. There was one hell of a stink. Hallett was sent home, court-martialed and dismissed from the service.
To a great public outcry. A lot of people over here saw him as a hero.
Do you remember what he said, Commander, when he was interviewed on television?
Not in so many words, no.
I do, sir. He said if I'm guilty of any crime, it can only be the crime of being caught.
Yeah. And what was it Mrs. Lane said? He was a gentleman.
Dinner will be ready in about 15 minutes, darling. I've baked you a jam roly-poly. Especially.
Well, of course. My favorite. Yeah, inquiries. I want to make a call to Lisbon. Can I dial direct or must I go through the Continental operator?
The NCO with Hallett is Leonard Crocker. Crocker also served with the Special Duty Unit. He made the rank of Staff Sergeant. He first came under Hallett's command in Cyprus. They worked as a team from then on, became pretty much at law unto themselves. Less than a year after Hallett's court-martial, Crocker got 12 months detention and a dishonorable discharge for beating up a prostitute. He made quite a mess of her. Well, that's about it, Commander. Victor Hallett's career in the British Army.
And when that came to an abrupt halt?
He put himself up for hire. For a while, he was military advisor to one of the Gulf sheikdoms. Then he teamed up with Crocker again, and together they went into freelance contract work in the Far East. Anything for anyone who'd pay them well enough. When that part of the world got too hot for them, they moved in on Africa. Hallett commanded a company of mercenaries in the Congo, with Crocker as his aide. And we're pretty sure they ran guns into Biafra and made a packet out of that nasty little mess. Shortly after that, though, it seems that he and Crocker split up. Crocker went to work for a diamond company in South America, supposedly in charge of mine security. But his real job was killing Indians who didn't like being pushed off their land.
A right charmer.
Yes, but what about Hallett?
He's having a pretty lean time of it, as far as we can tell.
Last known whereabouts?
Commuting between Mozambique and Rhodesia, capitalizing on the situation and looking for work.
And now he's back in England.
If the man at the airport was Hallett.
Yeah, going on that supposition.
But why? Recruiting again? Another happy little band of mercenaries?
Or to make a hit? He was armed.
That's more in Crocker's line.
What's the Army's position on this?
Hallett's a civilian. It's all yours, Commander.
Yes, well, any thoughts on where he might have gone?
That's an easy one. His mother's still alive and he's devoted to her.
Right. Get on to him. Put him under surveillance. That's all for now. There are two questions I want answered, and quickly. What is Victor Hallett doing here? And is anybody else in on it?
Look who's here, all the way from Portugal. We shall need an extra cup. I tell him he's welcome to the spare room.
Sergeant Crocker, how very nice to see you again.
Most interesting, Mr. Bannister. Such an attraction. Should raise quite a tidy sum. It's such a novelty. We are most grateful.
Oh, my dear Vicar, the community spirit, and one must contribute. Of course. Each to his own.
Yes.
The girl's name is Lydia Meletsis, Greek Cypriot and air hostess with Near East Airlines.
Almost certainly the girl who handed friend Hallett the bag.
Odds-on favourite. We're checking her out now. She's under surveillance. She's stopping at the Collingwood Hotel. That's the regular London place for the Near East Airlines.
And Crocker?
Oh, he's still pigging it with Hallett and his mum.
Hang on.
What's that, son?
Could be, I'm not sure.
A falconry exhibition in Buckinghamshire. What are they playing at?
They made no contact of any kind.
No, they just drove down there, chipped in a few quid in the church fund and drove all the way back to London again.
I knew I'd seen that picture before, or one very much like it. And I have, look. In that magazine Hallett was carrying. Charles Bannister pictured with his falcon at Monk's House, Great Langham.
Please stop.
What do you want? Sir Miles Daventry, please. Good afternoon. Sir Miles?
You're the fellow who telephoned?
Yes. Detective Chief Inspector Craven. This is Chief Inspector Haggerty.
Right.
Special branch, huh? Can't imagine what you want with me. But the only vice I'm capable of nowadays is food.
We're making inquiries about someone who used to work in your department.
When you were with the Colonial Office?
A busy man, lots of pressure. This is the only exercise I get. Never eat lunch.
We were hoping you could help us.
Yeah. You want to talk? But time's precious. I've got a meeting at the Treasury at 3. Who are you after, then?
Well, the person we're interested in is just someone we think...
I know. Help you with your inquiries. Read it 1,000 times. Means someone's due for the chop.
Bannister. Charles Bannister.
Bannister. Bannister. You don't mean Birdie Bannister, Grant's maid?
Charles Edward Bannister.
That's right. He was Birdie in the department, potty about eagles or vultures or something. Or was it owls?
Falcons.
Could have been. Anyway, why don't you ask for his file?
We have, sir. It's being sent down to us.
So what do you want from me?
Well, a personal impression. Something with a bit more flesh and blood on it.
I didn't know him all that well. Right enough. Bit of a plodder. Never got as far as he should. Lack of initiative. Retired early. Don't blame him. Wish I could. Can't afford to.
How long was he with your department?
Oh, 8, 9 years. No, transferred from legal. Must have been more than that. Let me see. 10 or 11. Yes, Hong Kong, then Cyprus.
Cyprus?
That's right. Till we gave it back to the natives, of course.
And the contract is to rub out Bannister?
No, staff. Simply to get the answers to a few pertinent questions.
Does it matter if it adds up to the same thing?
No. It may come to that, of course, if friend Bannister holds out for too long. But the contract is for information.
The old interrogation routine, eh?
That's what I had in mind. Nothing too messy, though.
Where?
His place. Got main supply which we need. Lydia will get the rest.
Tell me something, Major. Is the girl doing the hiring?
Lydia? No, a sugar daddy back in Cyprus is.
What a big man out there want with a bird lover from Bucks.
Well, it seems that Bannister worked for the colonial people out in Cyprus. He found young Lydia's boyfriend with his hand in the till. He's not above blackmail.
Her fella's tired of footing the bill, eh?
So it seems. Apparently, he thinks he's had a long enough run and is getting greedy.
He certainly seems to have done all right out of it.
Well, no doubt. But the victim wants off the hook, finally and irrevocably. He needs the source of the Birdman's pension fund.
And our job is to persuade him to say where it is, eh?
Right.
All right, so I'm on if the price is right.
Well, times are hard, staff. Can you afford to bargain?
How much?
25,000 total, plus expenses. I have the expenses money. Half the 25,000 has been paid into a Swiss bank against my account. Balance on completion. You're on to 7.5, right?
Right down the middle, Major.
Oh, I'd say you were a bit wide.
Right down the middle. 12.5.
Oh, you're getting greedy, Staff Sergeant.
Supply and demand. Perhaps times are harder for some than they are for others.
They are hard for everyone.
Well, I can't afford to worry about that. Look, sir, do you want to go on with this, or shall we call it a day?
All right. As you said, right down the middle.
Mr. Bannister will see you now, sir.
Thank you. Cozy.
The police, Mrs. Summers tells me.
Yes, sir. Chief Inspector Craven.
Oh, have I done anything wrong?
Not that I'm aware of, sir. Just an inquiry. Something you might be able to help us with. Interesting.
I really think so.
Quite a variety.
All birds of prey, all killers.
Well, understandable then. And my interest.
Mostly falcons, one or two peregrines. They're rare here now. Pesticides, you understand?
Ah, pity. Nasty claws.
Talons.
You'd know it if you got those into you. Victor Hallett and Leonard Crocker. Those names mean anything to you?
No. Should they?
Just a possibility. Major Victor Hallett. He was in Cyprus. I believe you were in Cyprus too, sir. You'd have been there at the same time.
I was a civil servant, Chief Inspector. I had little to do with the military.
Bit of a wild one, Hallett. Heavy-handed. The army finally chucked him out. There was a lot about it in the papers at the time.
Oh, yes, I do remember something about that. Aden, wasn't it? A man died. Hallett was involved.
2 men died, sir. And Major Hallett was very much involved.
I don't recall the details.
He spent quite a lot of time in Cyprus. So did Crocker.
I never came across either of them, but then I doubt if we moved in the same circles.
Different interests.
Almost certainly. I should have told you. That one's very much alive. That's Medusa. She can be very unfriendly.
Just like Hallett and Crocker. Wouldn't exactly call them amiable.
I'm sorry, but as I said, I don't know them. I'm afraid I can't be of any assistance.
Thank you for talking to me, sir. Pretty Polly.
Tell me, Jack, that package I left with you, I take it you are keeping it somewhere secure.
Well, Bannister lives well. He's not short of cash, that's for sure.
So?
He retired early, on a reduced pension.
Private means?
Well, he put it about that he had an uncle who died. A wealthy uncle.
And?
I've looked into it. It's not true.
And what about the girl?
Oh, well, that's very interesting, too. It's apparently only very recently that Lydia Maletzis became an air hostess. Until a month ago, she was leading the life of a lady of leisure in a very expensive apartment in Nicosia, with George Dikopoulos paying the rent.
Mr. Near East Airlines himself.
Yeah, amongst all his other profitable interests.
You see, along with independence, the government handed out a lot of money in development grants. Now, we've checked. George Dikopoulos picked up a sizable amount of that cash. Him and a few other shady Cypriot gentlemen.
What's the connection?
Charles Bannister's job in the grants and aid section was to vet and approve the bona fides of all applicants.
Could be tricky.
Only if they know we're tailing them.
Yeah, there has to be a back entrance.
We'll get it covered.
Wonder who they're meeting, anyway.
Good question. That is assuming they're meeting anybody. Could be just fun and games.
Yeah, this should get us in.
Could be risky. Be all around the club in 30 seconds.
Are you members, gents?
No, we thought you were open to anyone. Our mistake. We're on our way.
Tom.
The other hostess, where is she?
Well, she didn't feel well. I dropped her off and she got a taxi back to the hotel.
We'll wait.
Yeah, well, I hope they're not staying for dinner.
I see you've made yourself comfortable. We don't wish to be disturbed. It's all rather cloak and daggerish, I'm afraid, but absolutely necessary, I assure you. Careful planning, maximum caution. They're the essentials in this type of operation.
And you've somewhere safe lined up, I hope, for afterwards.
What a question, Staff. As I said, careful planning.
Somewhere safe? Do you mean somewhere to hide?
What else?
Is that really necessary?
No, hide is the wrong word. Let's say somewhere to rest, just till we get the lie of the land. I've chosen an ideal spot. Noisy, secure.
Well, how about a game? I feel lucky.
Not now, I think. We haven't time.
Look, it's very important. Are you absolutely certain that Miss Boletsis is nowhere in the hotel? You're sure of that? Thank you.
And in they go. I'm afraid we can't guarantee that you won't feel a thing, Mr. Bannister. But that's not the object of the exercise, is it?
You won't get away with this.
Oh, I think you'll find we will. Scopolamine, the truth drug.
I'll tell you nothing. Nothing.
That's what they all say. Isn't it, Staff?
Yeah. Always. Comfortable?
Kenya, Aiden, commies all came in ready to die for the cause.
A few votes off the mains and they soon change their minds.
Don't worry, my dear. It's all dreadfully civilized.
You bastards. I hate them. They're real mean looking, aren't they, son?
Birds of prey.
Will it work? Will he talk?
Work, my dear girl. Scopolamine and electric shock. Seldom been known to fail. Bannister, listen to me. I know you can hear me. Tell us what we want to know. Save us a lot of trouble. Save you a good deal of further discomfort. Ah, well, if that's the way it has to be, you have only yourself to thank for it. Avarice is one of the 7 deadly sins, you know. You've been doing so well for so long. You should never have raised the price.
Yeah, well, I'll speak to you later, Maguire. Sugar Bravo to MP, car-to-car transmission over. Sugar Bravo out. Bloody fool.
Come on, we're going in.
He's dead.
Oh, no!
Heart.
You stupid! That was never in your instructions, killing him.
My dear girl, we would have had to anyway.
But why? We got what we came for.
Yes, but it was the way we got it. There could have been a certain amount of resentment on his part about that. He might even have gone to the police.
So now what?
Well, Staff, as our beautiful young friend said, we now know the whereabouts of what we're after. But we still have to pick it up.
Got here as soon as we could after you phoned. Doctor reckoned he died not more than 2-3 hours ago.
I'd like to see a copy of the PM report.
Right, sir. Now, judging by the state of him, someone gave him a right going over first. But scientifically. No putting boot in, nothing crude, it was scientific. Doctor says it must have been...
The work of a specialist.
No, Chief Inspector? Sadist, that was the word he used.
That would fit.
Tell me, this a hush-hush job? I mean, special branch being interested in them?
Yeah, we'd like to handle it our way for a while. Go through the motions, eh?
Thank you. Just so long as I'm covered.
We'll see that you are. And you'll keep us informed of whatever you come up with.
Tell you something right away. Now, one of them was certainly no bird lover.
Well? No news, sir. I've spoken to Mrs. Hallett, but she's not going to be any help.
So we've lost all three of them?
For the moment, sir. We'll soon pick them up again.
I hope so. Except they'll have done the ground.
Only if they think we've got a lead on them.
I think that Hallett and Crocker are naturally cautious.
They've got to come up for air sooner or later.
Let's hope so.
Sorry to have to call you out on a Sunday morning.
Please, Chief Inspector, I quite understand. In a case like this, as I told you, I'd have to get in touch with the police in any case. Poor Bannister. I can hardly believe it.
He was a friend of yours?
Well, no, more of an acquaintance. He was a member of our chess club, and we still acted for him.
Well, I only really called you because I thought you might be able to give us a lead on the next of kin.
Well, as far as I understand, he had no relatives at all. But he left me with certain specific instructions.
Yeah, so you said, Mr. Miller. And we're hoping those instructions may have some bearing on the case. Shall we,
There we are, my dear. That's what all the fuss was about. You better be on your way.
What about you two?
Oh, we'll be cozy enough here for the time being.
And then?
As soon as we're sure it's safe, we'll be on our way. There shouldn't be any problem. We've been very careful.
But things could go wrong. Or could have gone wrong already, for all we know.
Unlikely. But if so, we have good friends.
That won't help me. I'll be on my own with this.
If you're worried, burn it now.
Now, that could be rather an expensive way out for us. The other half of our fee isn't paid until that package is safely delivered.
Oh, well. What do you know? Surprise, surprise. Something you didn't tell me, Major.
It didn't seem necessary. It's a fact, nonetheless.
And in which case, darling, do me a favor. Stay lucky.
Bannister's insurance.
Well, it had to be. Nothing else was taken.
A package to be sent to the police if someone leaned on him too hard.
The full story. A bloody great fiddle, some kind of fraud.
Odds on.
Something Bannister was mixed up in.
Yeah, or stumbled across and kept quiet about.
For a price.
The quarterly payments.
Yeah. And with the full story, the evidence.
Double indemnity.
Yeah, but only while the package was somewhere safe and somewhere secret.
Sure. So Hallett was sent in.
You reckon?
I reckon.
All right. All right, but why? And why after all these years?
Maybe somebody ran out of patience.
Bannister on Air India, flight AI472.
With what we've got, we can't touch Hallett. Even when we do find him.
That is firearms offences. I make that stick.
You don't really believe that, do you?
No. And even if I did, there wouldn't be much comfort in it.
Haggerty. Yeah.
Craven. You have? Where? Right, hold her. We're on our way.
Now announce the arrival of flight BA486 from Los Angeles.
Miss Millicent, come this way, please.
How much longer, Major?
Patience, staff, patience. Just make sure the girl is away and clear. She's 1 weak link.
Women. This is no trade for them. I can think of a much better use for that one.
I'm sure you can. Hopefully, however, she'll shortly be out of the country. I'm just as keen to leave this rat hole as you are. I'm anxious about her.
The girl?
Mother.
Shall we try again, Miss Melensis?
I have nothing to say.
Victor Hallett and Leonard Crocker.
Those names don't mean anything to me. I can tell you nothing.
It's all right, you don't really have to. Shouldn't think your boyfriend's too pleased with you. Well, we were right. It's fraud. Decopolis and 4 others. They swindled the British government out of nearly £3.5 million in development grants. And Bannister got onto it, but he kept stum. Only he kept copies of everything, didn't he, miss? Then a year later, he went back over there. Decopolis was getting nice and prosperous. Bannister went back to make sure of his pension. It's all here. All the forged applications, the phony references, and Bannister's notes, and his diary.
Well, Miss Melensis? You're not going to deny that that envelope and its contents were found in your possession? Very well. The envelope was stolen from Osgood, Probert and Hay, a firm of solicitors. It was the property of Charles Edward Bannister, who was found dead at his home late last night. Now, you'll be taken to Hounslow Police Station, where you'll be formally charged with his murder. Sergeant?
Murder? But you can't.
Do you want to say anything? You're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so. Whatever you say will be taken down in writing and may be given in evidence.
But I didn't kill him. I didn't know that was what they planned to do. They didn't tell me.
Who are they?
You know who. Hallett and Crocker. They murdered Bannister.
But you were there. And it's murder.
But I didn't kill him. Oh, if I tell you they have guns, if I tell you where they are.
It would help. At the trial, we'd say you cooperated, but nothing more. We don't make deals.
It's down to you. It's your choice. Do you want to tell us?
Picked her up.
The bitch talked.
Victor Hallett and Leonard Crocker. This is the police. We know you are there. Come out with your hands above your head. We warn you, we are also armed.
No, Crocker.
What do you mean, no? It's a murder act they want us for. Or are you prepared to go down for life, Major, without a fight, eh?
Crocker, be sensible. The whole area is covered. Come out!
All right, if that's the way they want it.
Fire as your target presents.
cover. You see anything?
No.
Perhaps we've got them.
Yeah. Do you fancy going across there and having a look?
No, thank you.
Cover me.
They're going to make a break for it. And they've got that bloody machine gun. If we don't get them first, there are going to be some casualties.
Get in there. Cover me, Paddy. Come on, top.
Driver one of the cars. Go! Are you the one that dropped me?
Yes.
Are you an officer?
We're all police officers.
What rank?
Does that matter?
To me it does.
Detective Chief Inspector.
That'll do.
Well, you know what they say. Old soldiers never die, they only fade away.
Yeah. Well, we know that's a bloody lie.